Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the JunkCast, and Alex just ruined it.
Fuck you,
Alex.
Fuck
Fucking
you.
Alex.
Hoi, 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 hoi.
Stop talking over.
How's it going? Ah.
Alex, you fucking tool.
How's it going? Welcome to the JunkCast. I'm Beatnik, and tonight we have with us Space Flipper, the OG Nerd, and the Freely Gaming.
Hello.
I cannot be
Sorry, Alex.
contained.
We had to meet you. You were just too much of a ruckus.
I cannot be contained. Glorious leaders here.
For those who don't know, this is a podcast where we talk about gaming and go on random tangents about random stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Tangents. This is tangents.
it's all about the tangents. That's the best part.
Calculated
Narrow.
discussions.
Yeah.
Calculated,
Metal,
yes.
Yes.
Metal Gear is not a tangent.
It's amazing.
What have you know?
They're just very intelligent and struggle to keep it in the one conversation.
There
I
we
like
go.
that. That's the best way to go with it. So,
I have a small little box of tinfoil.
what?
There's been tinfoil on my desk for the past few days, and I've been like rounding it off into a box shape. And now it's like a very tightly compressed tinfoil cube, which is actually completely solid down.
As you do.
Awesome.
So,
Tinfoil.
Do we want to kick into the first topic?
I think that's a good idea.
Alright.
So,
There was a fan-made remake of Metal Gear Solid. Actually, it was Metal Gear 1. There's a bit of a distinction between it, which was originally made on... I can't remember. It wasn't the NES. It was another console. But pretty much that has been cancelled because of a disagreement with Konami. And I'm not exactly sure what the disagreement was, but it's very disappointing for some people. But for others, they don't really care because nothing really had been done about it just yet.
how do you mean nothing had been done just yet?
Oh, well, the development cycle had only just begun. Like they hadn't really done much to it.
Oh, okay. When I saw it on a TV show that I watch, and they're actually they did have screenshots and stuff of like cutscenes.
They
Which
had.
looked pretty cool.
I'm not sure about cutscenes, but they had some like screenshots of the actual game, and it looked kind of cool. But I think they were a long way off making the entire thing, and it was pretty much just an idea.
Okay.
So it was a fan-made remake, like revamp thing.
Yeah, it had actually been Kojima had actually sanctioned it and said, "Yeah, we're keen for you to do this. We'll back you on it." And something's happened in the meantime, and now Kojima's gone, "Nope." Actually, is it Kojima or is it Namco?
It's probably Konami or something.
I think it was Konami.
Namco. What am I talking about?
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a few screenshots like on their page or whatever. I'm just showing up my screen right now, but yeah, like they had the old Metal Gear, but yeah, I don't really think they had too much made yet. But yeah, I don't know. I think David Hayter was on board for it too, the original voice of Solid Snake.
Oh, now that is cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But at the moment, like
Actually,
I'm pretty sure it was all just mainly a concept kind of thing.
I would have played that. I haven't
Nonetheless.
played any of the Metal Gear games, but I would have played
Well,
that.
you're a complete pleb. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Yeah, he has a point.
Alright.
Hey, I'm younger than you. Yeah.
That you
I
are.
wasn't around.
That you are.
I wasn't around when these games were in their prime.
So,
Yeah,
neither
well-
was I.
Yeah, neither was I. Actually, I think I may have been. We were, but it was all considered very lame to me at that stage. Well,
Video games
like,
were lame at the
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing, but they hadn't really started anything, so it's not like an absolute disaster. I think Kojima's already talked about remaking Metal Gear 1 anyway with the new Fox engine. That would look sweet, but
Oh, that would be amazing. Wait, Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear 1.
Wow. Okay.
So the thing with if anyone doesn't really know like the difference between Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear Solid. So pretty much it's split off into two sections for some reason. Metal Gear 1 is like the old, really old like 8-bit ones. And the newer one, which was on the PS1, is Metal Gear Solid. And it kind of links up, but the first two are kind of considered a lot worse. by like Kojima and that, but the newer ones are considered a lot more cinematic and a lot more a lot better.
Are they all based around Solid Snake, or?
No, there's 2 timelines. So there's one with Big Boss, who's meant to be like this legendary figure. That takes place in Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and Phantom Pain. And then Solid Snake, who... Actually, I won't say that because that's spoilers. Solid Snake, who takes place in Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 4. And that's pretty much how they divided it.
What's up? I just come back.
I was just explaining like the different time periods.
Oh, the different time periods. I was going to say, they don't have 2 different timelines, it's just different time periods.
Yeah, I think I may have said timelines. I meant time periods.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, wait a minute, what? There's no alternate dimensions in Metal Gear?
Wow, it was already confusing as it was. Wow.
Yeah. It's confusing.
Yeah, I was a bit confused. I was like, what is this, Doctor Who?
What was Big Boss and
stuff?
It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah, especially with
And
Big Boss, if you played number 3. Number 4, I mean. Fucking hell, that's fucking confusing as shit. And Kojima, I still hate Kojima to this day because of number 4. Not because it was a bad game or anything. I hate it because of like the trailers and stuff. It was so fucking misleading.
Well, that's kind of
you know what I'm talking about with the trailers. You know what I'm talking about, the trailer being misleading.
Talking about. Yeah, but that's kind of his thing. Like, that's what he does. Like he just fools people over and over, and he just gets you over.
Still, no one could ever predict what happened, really.
It's still good though. It's like, oh yeah.
I remember.
It's really confusing to listen to without knowing what happened.
Well, play the game.
Unless you want us to spoil it for you. It's a very old game anyway, so I don't really count it as spoilers.
Yeah, it does.
Basically. Well, it's a very old game. Anyway, basically, in Metal Gear Solid 4, during the trailer, like all the sort of hype trailers and stuff, they had Solid Snake at a gravestone with a gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger. In the game, what happens is the screen goes black before he pulls the trigger, and then when it comes to, someone has pulled the gun out of his mouth and it fires past his face. And it's like, you bastards! They made it look They made it look in the trailer as if Snake shot himself. It's like, you bastards. I hated him. I was like, no,
wouldn't have shot himself.
No, but then you think you know what you're expecting, but then what you're expecting isn't happening. You're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
God damn it, the main character that I love is alive. I'm so pissed.
I hate it when they spoil like movies and like in trailers. It sucks.
The thing was, it wasn't because he was alive. It was because like it was the fact like I was annoyed at first because they were like, oh my god. They're gonna kill Snake, and then then at the end, like what happened was just even more confusing, and then even after that was even more confusing.
Well, at
the end of Metal Gear, every single one they have like a little segment which is just basically just supposed to confuse people. Like for example, the end of Metal Gear 2, Ocelot calls that's 3. Yeah, at the end of 3, Ocelot calls up, is like, I was actually Adam and they didn't expect me the whole time, hui hui hui. And then like the end of 4, they're just like, and then at the end of 4, they're just like, Otacon and Snake are walking off into the sunset or something, and there's like, someone has to document your last days sort of thing. It's like, fuck's sake, stop doing this!
Alright, well, I think that we've crapped on about Metal Gear Solid far enough. But do we want to talk about Titanfall?
Metal Gear Podcast.
Oh, Titanfall.
Oh, yes.
Titanfall.
So, Beatnik, you can cover this one. I'll be right back.
Titanfall is one of my favourite first-person shooters to come out this year. And I loved it because it is stepped away. Its roots are from games like Call of Duty. Like, half of their team are from one of the teams that created Call of Duty. But
Modern Warfare 2 to be exact.
Yes, and they've created something that takes the best parts of Call of Duty with like a really solid first-person shooter, and then they've added like their elements of Titans and being able to wall run and have your jetpack for the double jump and stuff like that, and it's added so much to the game. And now one of the biggest things people had at the beginning as an issue was the fact that it was 6v6. And yes, I have eyes on my face. Thank you, Alex. So yes, what they've done now is I feel like they've bowed to everyone's demands, and they've gone with the new mode that's getting introduced with 8v8, and they've removed Titans from it and removed the NPCs that you are basically cannon fodder. But they add so much atmosphere to the game, and I just feel like it's such a cop-out for a game that's done something that feels so... Like, it's minimal that what they've done. Like, they haven't done massive amounts to separate themselves from the first-person shooter genre, but they've done enough that they've stood out. They've done something different, and now with this, they've gone, yeah, we're just going to go back and give you a mode that's just the straight, same old first-person shooter experience that you get with Call of Duty. I don't know why they would do that. Like, I'll let you guys say something else, but I am very disappointed in this.
Didn't everyone kind of want them to do that though? Like, wasn't everyone saying, "Oh yeah, this is really great," but I wish there was just like one small game mode where you could just play like pilots or whatever.
But people were saying that right before its launch, and they did actually say in a live stream that there would never be a game mode with no Titans because the game is called Titanfall, and then
and then they made the game mode. Then they made the game mode where the Titans had fell. And then they could not pilot said fallen Titans.
Woo! Oh, well.
It's disappointing, but I guess like Titanfall hasn't been doing too well as of late. I hadn't heard anything about it, and I guess they need something to get talk back up.
I would love to know how it's going in other countries than Australia, because I know that in Australia it has definitely been not too great. In terms of finding a game, it takes ages. I've started playing on Southeast Asia servers with 150-ish ping, just because it's the only way I can play a game. And the game is still amazing. I think the game is absolutely amazing. I love it, because it's really solid, but they've done something different. And this is just such a step backwards.
It looks like it.
Why would you do something different and then go, oh yeah, and now with our new mode, we're going to go to the stock standard usual. Yay! Because that's why everyone's playing
variation.
About like the fact that no one plays in Australia, how do you think that they could possibly bring a game like that back from the brink? You know, like if people just stop playing it, what can they exactly do to bring people back into the game? I mean, something
like this is definitely not the way to do it, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, definitely not. But I'm thinking like maybe like a giant revamp of the entire system, like an expansion pack that you don't have to pay for. Like it's just free, comes out, and it's just got like all these cool new features. I reckon that would bring a lot of people back.
Something like that. Surely that wouldn't be viable for as a free DLC, like you're saying. That would have to be a sequel to say, look, we took what we learnt from the first game and we're going to add in all this stuff that would have made it the greatest thing it should have been.
Do you think Titanfall will get a sequel?
It's already been announced. It's already been confirmed that it is going to get a sequel.
Aren't they doing yearly?
Sorry?
Aren't they doing yearly sequels, like Call of Duty?
Oh, I hope not. I know that it has been confirmed they've got a sequel. I don't know about yearly ones like COD and Battlefield,
if it's yearly, then it's like not worth buying. Because the thing with like yearly sequels is like after that year is up, then the game's useless. Like it's you're not going to go back and play the old ones. It's really annoying.
Well, COD gets a lot of like 6 months in, everybody goes back to the old one because it suddenly became the greatest game on earth, as in all the COD players do. And then
they go back a version.
Yeah,
they go back a version because the current one is crap and the last one was actually the best one that was ever released.
I don't know, like I didn't. Like I got Ghosts and I played it for like a little bit. And I was like, nah, this isn't good. I didn't even play it for like 3 months, I don't think, and I went back to Black Ops 2. That game was actually really good. Yeah. And when I played that, I didn't go back to like the other ones. I just said, this one's dope.
If you guys have any channels that you subscribe to on YouTube that actually do Call of Duty videos, watch their videos and it will go from when Advanced Warfare is released, it'll be Advanced Warfare for about 6 months, and then when the hype dies out, they'll go back to Ghosts. It happens every year.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're shit. They're shit games.
Yeah, they're really like, they're not that great.
Yeah, they're
not fantastic.
That reinforces what I think about yearly release cycles.
Yeah.
There's just
They
not
don't-
much
they don't get-
variation to them.
There's not enough time to really make it either something unique and different or make it polished. So everyone plays it for a bit and goes, because it's new, and then goes, actually, the last one was much more polished than this, and goes back. And it kind of... That's why yearly release cycles really shit me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed is doing it, but they can kind of afford to do it because they're such a huge company.
Nah,
They also get-
Assassin's Creed has
They-
gotten so shit. I'm so
That's-
fed up with it.
Yeah,
After like
I'm
they
right
had
with you
to
on that.
stop buying those games just because it just became another Call of Duty. Like I can see why people like it. I go, oh yeah, I don't like go, oh you shouldn't play it because it's a yearly release. Like that's cool. You like it, you see a difference in it every year. But for me, it's just like it's the same thing. It's the same controls, which have gotten really, really boring, and it's just not that fun anymore. That's why I'm not. I was excited for Unity purely because it was in the French Revolution. But now I'm just kind of like, nah, I can't do it. I'm not playing another Assassin's Creed game. It's the same thing that I could have played last year or the year before.
I'm
Done.
excited because of the co-op campaign. That's why for Unity.
Haven't
Okay,
seen anything
the-
of that.
The co-op does look pretty damn cool. The series
Yeah.
itself, that really lost me after the... I feel like the second one was the peak for the series. Brotherhood and Revelations were just dragging that on before Assassin's Creed 3. And 3, I thought the actual Connor story was so boring. But
Yeah, it was.
Desmond's story, I thought was fucking awesome. I loved Desmond's story. The whole thing was just, alright, let's finish off Connor's stuff so that I can get onto Desmond. That
Yep.
half an hour of Desmond's story that you get between every few hours was awesome. And then the end happened. And that's what's killed the series for me. The fact that they've made a yearly release where it's just more of the same thing, and they've just sort of... They've done what
I
they've
like
done with
Black Flag.
Desmond, and then they've kind of gone, yep, now we've got the creative freedom to do what we want, and it will kind of work. And that shits me off.
Can you imagine how much better the game would be if they spent like 2 years on it? Like 2 years is a pretty that's a good development cycle. It's like it's
Hey.
giving it enough time.
They
That'd
might
be
be able to
so
get
much
women
better.
in there. Oh,
Oh,
Actually, what about oh, what is it? The handheld release that just went on Steam, Liberation.
oh, the Liberation HD re-release.
Yeah, that's a
Liberation's been
female
out for a
assassin.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberation has been out for like 4 months.
Yeah. There's been Aveline as well. Aveline, which was in Aveline was a sort of short story thing that came with Black Flag. There's Aveline and then there's Freedom, which is Aveline is the story of Aveline, a black slave woman, and Freedom is the story of Agawage, I think he's called, your first-hand man for most of
Oh,
Black
I
Flag.
remember him, yeah.
Yeah, Freedom's his story before while he was a slave and escaping slavery. I think if I remember correctly.
I didn't know about Aveline's campaign.
Yeah, I don't know how if you get it for free when you buy it or something, but when I bought I don't know if I bought like a special edition or whatever, I can't remember now, but when I bought Black Flag on PS3, like on the main screen it was like Aveline's DLC. I was like, oh, fair enough, got it, cool. I haven't checked out yet, but yeah.
Oh, so it's a DLC, right? Not a separate release.
It's like a couple of hour story or something.
Okay.
It's just more like backstory, if I remember correctly, for the game.
Well, there you go.
I liked Black Flag though, because you could be a pirate, and being a pirate was fucking awesome.
I will
hate
pay
to-
that. The ships, playing with
Yeah.
the pirate ships was awesome. I completely
problem-
stopped playing the storyline the second that you got pirate ships.
yeah, I'll pay
My
that.
problem with that was I've played it I've completed the game and I've upgraded my ship to near enough maximum, like 1 or 2 bits off maximum, and I still can't beat the legendary ships. It's like, how? I have maximum ships and I can take down one, but the other one obliterates me. Why? What do you want me to do? And then I remembered that I could use Morses.
Wait a minute, Beatnik, show us your chair.
The chair?
That's the same chair I have.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Detective
Holy
Tom.
fucking shit!
Beat, store your chair!
It's a good
You
chair.
get
Well, one of
Go
us is
get a
going to have to
Joe Namath.
change. I mean, Beatnik, you're going to have to go down
One of
office
us is
work
gonna have
and
to
get a
go
new
home
one,
and
'cause
change.
I cannot deal. I literally cannot even.
I had face cam first.
That's true. That's true. Well, I like
Who was
this
born
chair.
first would be better.
I was
Whoever-
born first.
Were you?
What?
Yeah,
I thought Beat
I'm
was
I'm like 50, bro.
I thought Beat was like 53, but fair enough.
Damn it. Foiled again. Alright,
Foiled for these
I
young.
would have gotten away with this.
do we want to go
One
on to the next
nipple,
topic? Or we
two
still-
nipple.
Yeah. I think we've raged about yearly releases for a bit,
Alright.
and with
So-
Titanfall.
Microsoft Research shows up DeLorean. It's tech for building a lag-free cloud gaming service.
I am
So
so
yeah.
skeptical with this. I need to read this.
Yeah, I didn't read this
I'm
because
confused.
cloud gaming makes me cry inside.
And outside sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I go outside and cry just because of, like, walk outside the street and start crying. Why are you crying, son? Cloud gaming. There. That's the conversation that happens with random strangers in the street.
The thing that's
How do they
disappointing with
crack down?
cloud gaming is for us in Australia, the fact that our internet
have no
is
internet
not
connection.
really good enough to support cloud gaming. So this is something where it's like, yeah, that's a really cool concept. I like this idea, and it's a nice one that
can't
we'll
wait
never get to
till-
use in the near
Can't
future.
wait till our government finally lets us have internet.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's just be honest.
we s-
Australia doesn't have internet at all. There's no
Yeah.
internet access there.
Pretty much.
It's not that horrible. Like, it's bad, but it's not like it's not like
It's
we
very
get, like,
bad comparatively.
What's your
Nah.
connection speed? Just wondering.
Mate,
You'd be
Uh,
saying it's not bad.
Yeah.
10 down, 0.8 up, or 0.9 up. About that.
So I've got
Everybody listening from
3.4
foreign
down
countries are like,
and
"Ugh."
0.6 up.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Beatnik, but
I
so
have
much better
50.
having a higher download rate.
I have 50 down and 3.2
Yeah, see, when-
up.
because we're used to it, we're like, oh, it's not that bad, but comparative to other countries, it's abysmal.
Hmm.
A friend of mine.
American Google Fiber is like 100,000 times faster than
I don't
our
think.
top internet. I did the math and calculated, like, they're getting
But-
1 gig. 1 gig
That's
down.
not something that's currently rolled out everywhere in America, though. So I don't think that's a fair comparison.
No, but eventually it will be, and I think it will be before we get solid internet.
A friend of mine
Touche.
is in the UK, of course. He has 150 download and 10 gig, 10 upload.
The
So
most that we
we're-
can get is 100 down in Australia
So-
if you got fiber.
We're 32 out of 64 on this Wikipedia list.
Wow.
And England
How
is,
many
or the UK is 13th. So we're not doing too bad, although being beaten by
yeah.
some key
I
players.
mean, we
Being beaten
only
by
have the slowest
Romania.
internet.
I'm
We only
guessing
have the
Korea.
slowest internet of the first world countries. I mean, like, at least we're beating the third world countries.
Hey,
At least we're in places that don't have internet.
We're beating
Yeah.
New Zealand, so that's one thing. So I think we all deserve a round of applause for that.
I thought New Zealand was like your little tiny like baby country that sits off the side there.
Oh yeah, we
Forget.
we beat
It's
them
near
sometimes.
Australia.
I mean,
Aw, I don't want to start
That's-
ragging on New Zealand. New Zealand's awesome.
yeah, it is.
Isn't that the little country that sits off the side and like everyone forgets is actually near Australia?
No, Australia is the big country that sits off the side of New Zealand.
Hey, doy. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all move to South Korea. Is what
Because it
I
has the best
to
internet,
do.
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we'll
why
pick up the
all
language. I'm sure we'll just.
That's why
we'll
all the
just-
fucking best gamer, like pro gamers, come from South Korea. Bastards.
Everything is like land connection to them.
Yeah. So, we connect to the other side of the world. Ha ha. We connect to the other side of the
they've
world
got,
so
like-
fast can't even see us move because we don't lag ever. You bastards.
They've got like 25
Hmm.
ping connecting to connecting to Australia, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so bad."
They get like 25 ping connecting to Mars or something.
We tried
It's just,
connecting and we got like 50,000 ping and
Ooh.
South Korea just there like playing Martians, and Martians just like, why are we lagging so hard? We're hosting! And then Korea's just like, haha, we no lag! We kill you all! We're so fucking good at games!
that could be slightly racist.
So
They are good
yeah,
at fucking games.
so our internet isn't that bad. It's bad, but it's not like it's.
Our internet is
Good.
just
Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
horrible.
abysmal.
So what is the average for Korea then? Seeing as you're looking at this list, does it say
Yeah.
averages?
I think it's a.
Oh,
Oh,
whoop, we
Okay,
lost Tom.
we'll never learn what the
Okay.
story was. We lost Tom.
I think
We
it's
lost
a
Joe
dude.
Namath.
In
Yeah.
case Tom. I guess we'll never find out the speed of South Korea's internet.
South Korea. No. Oh,
Sorry, I
they were
dropped
just.
out.
Oh, there we're back.
We
Wow.
know.
South
just
Korea
snuck back in.
is
I lost me
21.9
for a sec.
megabit per second on average, and as is
How much on average?
21.
What was Korea?
21.9.
What,
and we-
29.9 download or upload?
I think it's download. It just says average
What?
connection speed.
That's
I
quite.
hate how no one seems
low.
to take any notice of upspeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite low for download because I'm at 50, and that's
Hashtag
quite. I
YouTube
think
about-
thought that was the average for the
hashtag
UK.
YouTube.
No, it says here
Probably
UK
not.
is 9.4, and we are at. Oh wait, I've lost.
Wow.
I've lost.
100 times
We're at 5.8, so we're not that far behind.
900. That's 900 times faster than us, your average.
We're still beating Greece and Italy, so you guys suck, essentially. And Peru. My God, it's like at the top. It's just like all like the kind of modernized countries like Japan, Netherlands, Switzerland, Sweden, Latvia.
Latvia.
I saw Latvia. I was just like, oh well, Latvia would have. And then you go down to
Latvia,
Australia, and then it's just
Bulgaria.
like Thailand, United Arab Emirates, Mexico, Chile, Ecuador, Argentina. It's just like, oh no.
Cuba.
Laughable
And then at the top, it's like
Wow.
Bulgaria,
Australian.
Afghanistan.
It could be a lot worse, is what I'm saying, and it's not horrible. It's not good, but it's not like in a dark position just yet.
I think
Although I'm all for faster internet speeds, don't get me wrong, but
Hmm.
They're just not coming anytime soon.
like
Faster
Our
will,
internet
but
is
not
set.
fiber.
our like DSL internet is probably as fast as UK's dial-up.
That's getting a bit extreme, but
yeah, that is
yeah,
good.
we're
I
pretty,
wouldn't-
pretty bad.
I wouldn't. Yeah, all right. Call me an extremist.
You're an internet extremist.
Alright, do we need to
Cutting off
move
the
on?
heads of Ethernet cables everywhere.
Do we need to move on to the next topic, or
I
do we
think
have
so.
anything else? Alright.
Yeah, before I take this too far than I already have.
So this is
Yeah.
a question for the panel, we'll call it. When do you consider DLC a good thing, and what are some examples of well-done DLC?
Yay.
So,
It's
Beatnik.
worth spending money.
Good
Just
DLC. I think. I don't know. First, Infamous First Light is something I just started playing today. I seriously was really caught off guard with this one. But that's something where I think it was a bit overpriced. But in terms of DLC, I thought it actually did add something to the game. So you get more of the story. They've improved on some of the mechanics of the game, and you get more of the story that you loved from the original game. I think that's something where it is worth it. Like, that's some DLC where you're really gaining something to the core game with it.
Hmm.
I haven't really had much experience with DLC because I'm a poor gamer. So my DLC arms reach about as far as
My real
Modern
arms.
Warfare 2 way back in the day. The map.
Yeah. See,
So,
now
I
that's
have no
bad
expertise in
DLC.
this area. It is.
Like, if you're releasing like DLC every 4 months, then that's bad DLC. Same
you're
goes with
releasing
Day 1
DLC,
DLC. Day
yeah.
1
So-
DLC is complete trash.
I'm with you on day one. So you're saying that you're not a fan of things where they've got season passes then?
So like it's not bad. Like it's good that they continually like support it. But if it's just like a few maps, and it's kind of like it kind of excludes like a large portion of the player base to an extent where after the game is not popular, no one's playing the maps. So it's just like, oh, so I spent $20 and I can't really use it again. That's the main reason why I don't like it. Like, it's cool that they have new maps and everything, but later on, people are going to stop playing those maps, and you're going to be forced to go back to the vanilla maps. And
It's more for multiplayer type thing where you think it's a bit shit, where it's going to segregate the player base.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in some like aspects, like Battlefield doesn't hurt that as much. Like, there's always a few servers with like DLC because people always really want to play it. I don't know why. It's just it kind of just pans
That's
out
on-
that way, at least for me.
That's on PC. Do you know what the servers are like on console? Because they don't have dedicated.
No, well, anyone who plays on consoles, dirty plebs, say. PC.
It doesn't really matter.
To be fair, first-person shooters on console are fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
you got lots of like squeakers.
You can't get lots of, and also you can't get the accuracy with a fucking like analog stick.
I don't know. I've
I-
got to say, have you seen the pro players with like COD and that on the console? That is impressive shit.
Eh,
It is.
it's more impressive on a keyboard, I reckon.
Yeah, it's more better on keyboard and mouse.
But that's what I mean, is the fact that it's easy to get that accuracy with a mouse than with a twiddle stick. And the fact that you see these guys on a controller getting as accurate or better than a guy with a mouse and keyboard is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
too
that it's
impressed.
necessarily
Lo-
ease of use.
lo-
It's just the guys that are damn good at what they do.
Yeah, I'd say that, back to our point, I'd say that is bad DLC. But day one DLC is always bad in my eyes, because it's like, oh, well,
You shouldn't have content that isn't being released in the $60 package.
yeah, it doesn't matter if like you've finished making the game and then your team is going, all right, so we're finished making the game, we're doing bug fixes, this is another portion of the team, we're going to make DLC. That's not how it works, all right? If you're making the DLC during that time and it's going to be released on day one, it should be a part of the full game, no matter what.
Yeah, if it's
Really, something that really annoyed me was the Mass Effect 3 Prothean DLC, because that was pretty important. Like, it had, I don't know how important it was, but it was kind of interesting. You know, it had like a lot of interesting things about the Protheans, which are always really mysterious. You know, you could play as Prothean. I mean, you could have one in your crew or whatever. And I think that's just shit. Shouldn't happen. 0 out of 10.
CA.
Day one DLC.
wouldn't play again.
It is EA, but that's just an example. There's a lot of day one DLC.
Yeah.
Which,
I had one instance.
struggling
I had one
to
instance
remember.
where I think we were talking about this last night, but with SSX 3, I got that, and as a pre-order, you just got this free DLC bonus. And when I played the game, I'm like, oh, I got these codes. Oh, let's see what they are. Redeem them, and I got this like all this gear for use in game. And it turned out they're all like pretty much the best gear you could get. So suddenly the whole game was easy as anything and absolutely boring because there was no challenge in it, and I stopped playing it after playing it for a couple of hours because of it.
Mm.
I don't know if you'd count that as day one DLC or just like a little incentive, but that seriously destroyed the game for me.
Yeah, but I reckon DLC done right, and actually, I'd probably go with like expansions for something like Hearthstone. I think that's like the only example I can think of at the moment. They had like a recent free expansion where they opened up like this big like single player event. I don't play Hearthstone, but I'm struggling to
Hearthstone's awesome.
remember some of the things. But yeah, they opened something with Naxxramas or something. That's good DLC because that's a free update that adds a lot to the game, I'm assuming. And even something with like StarCraft 2 or World of Warcraft, like expansions there are really good because it keeps the kind of like game flowing, because it always has like a new update, something like new raids to do, new dungeons to do. You know, it kind of refreshes the game, keeps people coming back. It makes sure that the community doesn't die out. And that's kind of, I don't know if you can count that as DLC or as expansions, but I'm going to count it as DLC.
I'll pay that.
That's cool. Yeah.
I think I'm
Yeah,
with you
well-
there. Where it's working more is expansion, where it's adding to the original game and giving you more content to really get the most out of it, and that was beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think that's where you see good DLC.
It's kind of
It
like the
does.
same thing, though. Nah, like expansions
Payday
are good DLC, I'd say, unless they're just like don't really add anything to the game, obviously. But if they add like a whole new like kind of set of raids for World of Warcraft, again, struggling to come up with examples.
Warlords of
but yeah.
Draenor
Yeah, well,
Warlords
it's a
of
Draenor
Draenor.
War. That's gonna be sweet.
coming out.
Uh,
I'm actually getting into WoW just because a few friends of mine like hyped me so much about Warlords of Draenor.
yeah.
I was
Well,
like, "You fucking bastards."
wait. Do you have an account yet?
I do. I haven't actually started playing it yet though. I'm gonna be like picking up the full game soon. I've just got like the free till level 20 account at the moment.
Tell us
I'm
when
gonna
you
be picking
do.
up soon.
I'll come along.
I'll give you a referral link.
Come along.
Which faction or whatever you're gonna play on?
I don't know. The one that's coolest. Probably Horde, just so I can shop for them a lot.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Be that kind of dickhead. I know. I haven't looked into it properly. I just know like I was like a few friends of mine just been hyping me about things like Death Knights and stuff. I was like, oh my fucking god, it's so awesome.
Yeah. No. It's different. It's very much it's either you like it or you just go, this is fucking lame. But yeah,
Well,
don't mean to drag on about that.
I've convinced them to like play Terra, to like at least try Terra, and one of them's enjoyed Terra, and there was like as part of the deal, I was like, okay, then you got to try out WoW. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it then.
Yeah, it's good except for like the monthly fee. That's kind of shit. But
Yeah, subscription fee.
That's
you
a
still get,
whole
like,
nother
updates
argument.
you still get updates every now and then. So yeah, I don't know. To me, it's kind of worth it. It's like, oh yeah, I played enough. But I can see what people do.
I think,
Anyway, do we?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we haven't asked Cameron, have we? Or
Or
Alex?
me.
well, I don't really have much expertise on it, but I
Yeah.
think
Karen's
Payday
such a poor
2 is
gamer.
some pretty good DLC because that's what I've been playing at the moment, and it's got like its paid weapon packs that I don't really agree with, but they
The weapon
release
packs don't really
they
do
release-
too much though.
Yeah,
What
they're
game is this, sorry?
Payday 2.
Payday 2.
Ah, okay.
I own all the DLC, so
What, you're in
I'm
game
not
at the
fully-
moment?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I'm
why
not
are you
fully
in
on
game?
board with Oh, I've just got to open the background.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I'm not fully on board with the weapons thing for no particular reason other than I can't afford it, so I don't like it. But I do like the fact that they have heists released that cost money, but they come in a pack that doesn't release all at once. It releases in little blocks and a lot of free heists.
yeah.
So that
For
way
every-
you don't get bored as
for every-
quickly.
The way that they do it is for every paid heist there is a free heist, and also if the host owns the heist, everyone can play it. Because
Yeah.
so for example, I own Big Bank. When Big Bank was released, I bought Big Bank, played on a day, and I had like loads of people joining me, just like, oh my god, play Big Bank.
I gotta pay that. That is one thing I think that developer has done so well to keep from that whole releasing DLC and segregating their multiplayer community. Is the fact that, yeah, like Alex is saying, if Alex owns it and I want to play it, I can just join Alex and we can have a game on that heist. I don't need to buy it. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And if I like it, I can go buy it because I want to play that some more. If
Yeah.
I don't like it, then I'll wait for the next one, or I can just join Alex when he wants to play it. I think it's such an awesome thing, and I don't know, you're going to catch... I feel as a business model as well, it's going to catch more of the people who are iffy about buying the DLC. They get to try it first if they know someone who has it. And I don't know, I think that's more a business model of DLC done right rather than DLC done right itself. But that said, I think it's a business model done right that works for the developers and for the players.
I don't know. I think it's DLC done right in the respect of the fact that, like, as I say, for every paid heist, they release a free heist. So there's not an imbalance of paid and free heists, you know. Like when they
There's always more
released,
content coming out.
I think that it was, I think it was the armed trucks they released, and then they released Shadow Heist, and then they release Big Bank, and then the next one's going to be free, and just going back and forth like that.
It's still introducing a paywall though, but they're making an effort to keep it so that they are adding for everyone, not just for the people who want to pay more.
And also, for example, the gun packs aren't that useful, honestly. A lot of them are really cosmetic. Like, the sniper rifle has literally no use in most heists. I know, because I've used it. Like, running around a bank, like, unless you're in Big Bank, you don't really have a use for the sniper rifle. Because you really
see
can't.
that
You
headshot?
really can't.
You were 2 meters away from him. Yeah, and it was awesome.
But with the sniper, like, they make an effort to make it realistic and stuff. So with the snipers and stuff, you take a bit of time to bring it up to your face. You're not like doosh doosh like Call of Duty. It doesn't like instantly like scope and stuff. And it's like they don't have like quick scoping and stuff. And like for example, they brought out LMGs and stuff, and the LMG is quite laboursome to carry and stuff like that.
I'm just imagining in my head as like playing it, carrying one of the LMGs and then one of the very heavy bags and like heavy armor. You'd be moving at snail's pace.
I done that a couple of times. Like I've worn like the one off the bomb suit, the LMG,
Right.
a sniper rifle. I don't know if you can bring a sniper rifle or not. I can't probably remember at the moment. But like I've carried like all the heaviest stuff and like the drill, and it's just like I'm so goddamn slow.
Why aren't my teammates helping me?
Why would they take the drill? I'm wearing a bomb suit, for Christ's sake.
Carry me.
Yeah. But another thing, this is what I've been hyped about talking about. Yay! DLC done right is the new Saints Row DLC, Gat Out of Hell. If you haven't seen the trailer for it, it's the most fucking awesome thing ever. You play as Johnny Gat. Like, if you played Saints Row 4, like you are on a spaceship and stuff, and at the end of Saints Row 4, like, yeah, the trailer for it, like the main characters and that sat around a table doing a Ouija board, and there's like, will the boss, president, and overall lord of the galaxy ever choose a successor? And like the Ouija board like moves, and that is like yes, and it spells out Jezebel. It's like, who the fuck is Jezebel? And then like a gate to hell opens up and sucks the boss through into hell, and then Johnny Gat goes after him. He's like, I'm going to shoot the devil in the face. And the guy that runs Altar in number 2 is like, it's not that easy, Johnny. He's like, nope, I'm going to shoot the devil in the face. And the trailer ends as like Johnny Gat walks into like the devil's office and shoots him in the face. So fucking good.
I thought that. I'm glad to hear that that's DLC. I like looked at it and I just like glanced. I was like, wait, they're releasing another game.
It's a standalone as well, so you don't even need number 4. And it looks so good. You can get chairs with miniguns attached to them.
What?
Yeah, like armchairs with miniguns.
What?
Yeah, it's Johnny Gat in hell, for Christ's sake.
I haven't played Saints Row 4. It's on my to-do list.
But you know Johnny Gat from 2 and 3? Have you
I haven't played
those?
any of them actually.
Johnny Gat is like the most apeshit motherfucker ever in all of them. He just gets more and more and more crazy. In Saints Row 3, you rob a bank dressed as Johnny Gat. And even Johnny Gat is dressed as Johnny Gat, but bobblehead Johnny Gat. And his main reason for doing so is like, who wouldn't want to be Johnny Gat? It's like, wow, that's so awesome. And yeah, they're like signing autographs while robbing a bank and stuff.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to another topic, or?
I'm just so hyped for that DLC.
Yeah, I'm good to move on.
Alright. So, this one started why you shouldn't be excited. Look at the game, at a games media role in hype.
I thought we got rid of that.
Well, we
I
can.
thought we did, yeah.
We'll
I
get
thought we
rid
got rid of that because, you know,
We'll talk about swatting instead. So, recently a YouTuber, what's his name? Kutra. There. I almost said
one of the
completely
creatures,
different.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
one of the creatures.
He was swatted. In other words, while he was streaming, someone called up and said that he was, I'm guessing, they said that he was murdering people, and they said, this is where he lives, go get him. SWAT team comes in, says, get on the ground, and treats him like a criminal, essentially.
Yeah.
because
And a lot of people are pissed and like, why would they do that to him? But when it comes down to it, they were called in to an active shooter zone expecting an active shooter, not somebody sitting live streaming. So they went about their job how they would go about it.
I still think
Yeah.
they were total freaks.
Yeah.
Like, they put him down on the ground, and, that's okay.
Nah.
Up until that point, like, they're alright. And then they just go, and then, he's kind of laughing because he don't know how to, like, respond to a swatting. Like, it's kind of a weird thing. And they say, oh, you think this is funny? You think this is a funny thing? It's like, he didn't do anything. He's just sitting there playing games. And,
I don't think you can blame the SWAT team at all for anything they do.
Oh, no,
Listening to- I haven't watched the video just because I don't want to give it any more publicity than it already has. But
Yeah.
the fact you can't blame them. They're doing, like, as Space Flipper was saying, they're doing their job. They've been told this is a dangerous scenario. You got to go in and do your shit. And they can't take any risks. Like, that's for them. It's a life and death scenario that they're running into. So they got to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
like, you
But
can't
be
put
like,
any blame on them, regardless of how the guy is, because for all they know, he's got a gun hidden under his sleeve or something.
Yeah, they can put him on the ground, but they shouldn't be, like, condescending him, like, saying, oh, you think this is funny, and, like, maybe checking his phone is alright. I don't know. I'm okay for that, but they definitely treated him like he was a criminal for a lot longer than I reckon they should have. But that doesn't mean that they should just, like, knock on the door and say, hello, obviously. But
they busted into the room, and when they busted in, he was already, like, had his hands in the air and was, like, getting down on his knees to get down on the ground, and they got him to the ground and pinned him and stuff, which is all, like, you have to do it because he could have shot somebody. But then after that, I do agree that, like, the whole "what about this is funny to you" sort of thing was like, that he's not going to shoot anybody. He was sitting there live streaming, and you busted into his room, and he's nervous.
yeah,
I think we got the wrong focus of this.
for the most part, I think that they handled it pretty well. Like, they weren't too just like nuts about it. They did like a pat down, which was all good. But they should, I reckon, police forces in America should be aware of this because it is a thing. Like, they shouldn't just be like going in there and not knowing what streaming is. It should, they should know exactly what to expect in a SWAT.
I think we got the wrong focus on this, because, like, they're doing their job. They're not going to change the way they're doing that. They handled that the way that they should have. I haven't watched it, but from the sounds, that description, they've handled it the way they should have. I don't think they should change anything about the way they did. But the focus should be the fact that some kid somewhere has thought it was funny to call in and say, hey, this dude's killing people. You should go and raid his place. I think that is so shit. I think that is an absolute joke that people think that is funny to go and watch.
You can't really stop it though. Like, it's gonna happen. You can't be like,
that's so horrible. Because
it is
all it's gonna take is for that live streamer to not hear people coming into his room because he's got his volume up in his headphones, and then when something finally happens, he suddenly jumps, and then they pull the trigger and someone's dead. Just because some kid thought it was fucking funny.
Yeah, that's I'm actually a huge fan of the Creatures, and I've been watching them for years. But like, it's just so crap to imagine somebody called that upon another person, whether you like them or not. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They shoot skits with like airsoft guns and stuff. So if they had came in when they had guns in their hands and stuff, or if there was a dog in the office or something, it would have just not been good. A, for the police, because it went straight to the internet, and B, for whoever was in the office. And they had to shut down schools that were in the local area, and since it is a business district, they had to shut down the entire apartment block full of businesses that were doing their everyday jobs, all because somebody wanted to pull a prank on a streamer.
Yeah. I'm not saying that like the cops are totally in the wrong for anything. For the most part, they did a pretty good job, but I still don't think that they should be exempt from criticism because, they should be following everything to the T in this situation to make sure that if someone has to get hurt, then it's going to be 100% legal and absolutely necessary. It's not going to just be because they don't know what's going on. You know, they should be totally aware of swatting because they're in a SWAT unit.
I think
But
I
for the
think
most part,
now
they did a good
they
job.
are.
Like in the video, they kind of just they get him down on the ground. He's on the ground. They
But
make
what-
a few comments like, "Do you think this is funny?" Because
But
he is laughing. But
What
then
are
they
you going to
pat him
do?
down, and that's it.
If they're
Yeah.
aware of what streaming is, what are they going to do? Sit there and go, he looks like a streamer, he's fine, and then anyone who's an actual murderer or whatever has to do is pretend they're on a stream and then they're fine?
No,
I don't,
but
I don't think they can change anything about what they did. They need to handle it exactly the way they did.
no,
Yeah,
but they should
maybe
at least be
streamers
aware of
though.
why this is happening. You know, so that they come and they go. They're not just going to be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like, and they don't have to explain it as much because then it just leads to kind of more confusion. You know, they should at least be aware about this situation.
I think even though you're not supposed to give publicity to the swatters, I think because this has blown up so much, like it's been in news all around the world, the FBI has taken it into serious consideration and they're actually actively looking for the guy. I know his Twitter handle, but I'm not going to give it out. He's from the UK and the FBI is trying to get crack down on him. There's rumors like one of them's in custody and stuff like that.
Good.
But
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's blown up so much it's bad
The
for the swatters getting what they want, but it's good because police are going to take it seriously and they're going to try shut it down.
Yeah.
The thing
that's
is it's wasting police time. Think about this way. If, say, for example, there was a serious situation and the SWAT team was now apprehending a streamer, and there's a serious situation where people are killed,
good. Yeah, that is another thing.
it's
The links
fucking...
in the Hangout chat, by the way, guys.
any person that prank calls and involves emergency services is a fucking idiot, because they're called emergency services for a reason, you know. And people complain over here in the UK. People are constantly complaining about the police don't do their jobs right and stuff like that. You know, they're too violent or whatever, or they're apprehending people that don't need to be apprehended. The thing is as Beat said, to them it's a life and death situation. They can't sort of if and but about every situation, else they might get killed. You know.
Yeah.
For all they know, even if he was a streamer, for all they know, he could have had a gun under the table or something. Or he could have had a gun in his lap or something. I haven't looked at the video, so I don't know if he had his back to him or whatever. But you know, it only takes a split second for if he was like a person who was killing people or whatever, or crazy, he could have had a gun in his lap and just turned around and at least shot one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. Well,
I think the
definitely.
reason
I
this
think
one
there's
is
most.
blowing up in particular is he was in a very wide room and you could see the door. So when they busted through the door, you could very clearly see them and hear them and all that stuff. So you could see everything that was going on, which is why this one's different to the other ones, where it's more so in the background.
I stick by my guns, and people that do that are fucking idiots, and they deserve time in prison. Like, there
Nobody
should
can
be
understand that argument.
there should be something like prison time for wasting emergency services times. You know, I don't know if there already is something, but if not, there should be something
can-
to say,
There would be something.
There
yeah.
is fines
Yeah.
and jail time.
Easily.
because it's fucking ridiculous. You know, it's like, say for example, you know, if you called an ambulance, so this person's dying, haha, he's not actually dying. Oh wait, someone's died because they needed an ambulance, which was actually over here, and it arrived late to a different emergency. Oh no,
Yeah.
you know,
How do you
it's
think that-
fucking stupid.
How do you think that they could catch people who are making these pranks? I used air quotes as a prank. But I reckon what they could do, and it wouldn't work, it's not foolproof. There is no foolproof answer, I don't think.
Where's he at?
But they could at least say, alright, where are you? We'll send a squad car out to you as well to make sure that you're alright, because obviously, you know, if you think something's
Actually,
going
yeah.
on, then you...
The way that they call in, they usually call in and act like they are them. They'll call in from Skype because it's not traceable and it says it's a landline, and then say, I have a severe mental problem. I've shot my mum and dad and I'm holding my brother and sister hostage. If the police come in here, I'll shoot them and I'll shoot the police too. So then they have to respond with a SWAT team, and that way it seems like they are the person.
True. Fair enough. Yeah.
But, a warning to all streamers is if you are going to do that, probably call up your local police and say, if you get a call saying that I'm murdering people, can you shoot this number a call first and make sure I'm not killing people, or just send out like a single squad car, because I'm most likely not.
Yeah, nah, that's fair enough. But yeah, you should probably do that if you're streaming. But yeah, there is really no easy answer to it. I don't know. I've heard of other people getting swatted. There was another YouTuber. I think his name's White Boy 7th Street or something like that. And I think they found like marijuana in his house. So got that.
Yeah, he got jail time for possession of illicit substances.
Ah, well, don't have weed in your house.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, that's so unfair, and it's like, he had drugs in his house.
Yeah.
It's unfair that the SWAT got called on him, not unfair he got busted.
Yeah, well, if you're doing something illegal, I'm not going to get into a debate why marijuana shouldn't be legal, but if you're doing something illegal, no matter what it was, then you can't really be going, oh, well, I shouldn't have been caught for this, because you got caught for a most likely reason. It's you're still committing a crime. Anyway, there was another streamer who got swatted. I don't know, but if I was streaming, let's say I'm Alex and I have my 2.0 upload, I hear like if I hear like
Free.
Let's say there's like a situation where I hear like a squad car or something. My first option is Alt F4, Alt F4, Alt F4. It's just bang, 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 stream offline. Then I don't have to deal with it. Or maybe they should have like a SWAT button. Like, just make it like 9 on the numpad. And then, oh no, I'm getting swatted, 9. Cuts off the stream. Because then, they go, oh sweet, this is going to be so awesome, I'm going to see the SWAT. No.
You can bind most programs. You can bind a hotkey to turn off the thing.
Yeah,
and also to be fair, depending on how loud the thing, I'm guessing I've never seen a SWAT car because in the UK I don't even know if we have them, or if I have, I've never actually seen one. But I don't know if they have like sirens or whatever on the vehicles, because I can't imagine you would have a siren on a SWAT car due to the fact they're sort of normally for like dangerous situations. You don't really want to alert the people that you're coming, so I'm guessing that might be quite quiet.
From the videos and stories I've heard, is they usually sneak up to the door so that you don't know they're there, and then they'll yell and say, come out with your hands up, blah, blah. And in the actual video, you do hear them, and he hears them as well, but he has his headphones on, so he can't really tell. And then they kick down the door, and he hears them clearing room, so he knows they're just outside the room, but he can't, he steps out the door and he's boned, so he kind of just has to sit there and wait patiently for them to bust in.
Yeah, I would have turned off the stream by then. Stream over.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want. They want, like, a reaction. They don't want anything but a reaction. So if you take away the reaction, then it's like, alright, that was a waste of a phone call, essentially.
Like, kind of protection for the person being swatted, like, that way people can, if he gets punched in the face, they can be like, he just punched him in the face for no good reason. But other than that, I don't get why I'd keep the stream up.
The thing is, if they did punch him in the face or whatever, there's probably normally a valid reason, like, they thought he was dangerous, for example. They did just be told that he is killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't really mean that they're exempt from just that, like, they can just hit anybody. I mean, they should be able to apprehend him, put him on the ground, make sure that he has nothing on him, but they shouldn't be making snide remarks about him at all. They should be pretty much a totally silent ordeal. Like, I'm okay, you can manhandle him and, like, move him around, whatever you want to do, because you do think that he's dangerous, but you shouldn't be talking to him. You should be kind of being calm about the situation in the best way possible.
Yeah, but
So why was he laughing?
Because it's kind of funny. Like, you think, oh, Jesus, I'm being swatted. I can't believe this.
Why the hell would you laugh when people are holding guns in your face?
He didn't actually laugh. He just kind of had, like, as he was being lifted off the ground, he kind of had a smile on his face. Like a very nervous smile. And he said, this is funny to you. And he said, what? I'm not being funny. Like, you could tell he was shitting his pants.
Yeah, because I don't think you really know how to react in a situation like that. Like, you may think, oh, I'm just going to be stone-faced. Like, nothing, but in reality, you'll probably just be like, oh shit, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, you know? Like, it's kind of hard to gauge how you'd react in a situation like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be scary as shit, and you know, I'm one of those people that do have a nervous laugh or a nervous smile, and in those situations, I would probably be laughing. And the thing is like, you know, who wouldn't, like, you know, when people are nervous most of the time, they'll go to like the easiest defense, which is laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're nervous as shit. Guys have got guns pointed at your head, for Christ's sake, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they shouldn't be making remarks like that. But for the most part, it was well handled.
Once
thing
they
is,
knew
though,
he was like once they'd radioed through and found out that everything was cool and it was a probable hoax, that's when I think the whole act should have dropped, and he should have been reacted towards as a victim rather than a criminal.
Yeah, I think a lot like police
this is
departments in
funny to
America do that. Like after the fact, they kind of go like, "Oh, you know, you're wasting our time." It's like, no, you know, they're not really. They're not.
Yeah,
They don't
you
want
just
to be.
came in and threw him on the floor when they did nothing wrong because somebody else called you guys in. It's not their fault.
But that's totally illegal. Like you can definitely do that, and you should be able to do that. But you shouldn't be making remarks about him at all. You should be completely silent, except for get on the ground, hands up, and then like questions. Shouldn't be like, why the hell are you laughing? This isn't funny. So it should just be completely professional.
But it could be seen as sort of like, you know, mocking them. You know, people like you hear about criminals and stuff that will mock the police and stuff while they're being arrested and stuff.
If you were the police, you need to keep the upper hand. So you don't want to let them think they've got their hand up on you by laughing at you.
Not everyone's going to have that sort of like composure all the time.
Nah, I reckon they should have just been like
the embarrassment as well, especially like, you're on camera sort of thing.
Yeah.
The way it sounds, especially like from an outside perspective and stuff, I know he didn't do it to himself, but the fact that there was a camera on him, you know, and all that sort of stuff, I would be embarrassed as fuck, because the way they would see if I was in that situation, I would see it as I've been set up by this person and been taken for a ride. You know, it's if the stream was off sort of thing, you'd have a bit more composure about yourself, but the fact, like, you know, there's a camera pointing at you and everything like that.
Wait, from the cop's perspective that they've set you up. Nah, you shouldn't have that kind of mindset. You should just be 100% professional. Of course, they were mostly professional, but swatting is not a easy topic to.
No, I think anyone, especially Cam, seeing as you know the guy's Twitter number, should send a police to that fucker's house and get him fucking arrested. I would.
Oh, trust me, I hope they find him.
I would send I would send it straight to the fucking police. Hopefully they can do something with that.
It's very well known. The news have put it in their news articles and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
The news is dumb.
Good. No, it's not. They should get a fuckload of hate from the entire community of the internet. You know, 4chan should go over there and be the massive cunts that they are to the person.
That's the thing. There was like, they were messing with people and saying like, yeah, I've been captured, I'm hiding my phone from the SWAT, the FBI and stuff, and then they were they live streamed the calls, so there's actually YouTube videos of them making the call and saying like, saying I'm untouchable, let's face it, and like saying stuff like, I'm gonna shoot your President Obama, I'm gonna shoot him in front of your kids. They were Scottish, so I know his name is Obama.
Obama.
That's how they say it.
Obama.
And saying like, I'll kill your parents, and I hope all their fans get cancer, and they're like real scum of the earth people.
Yeah, they should really just be arrested for even longer then. And you know, I think their Twitter handles or whatever, and any sort of public, like social medias and stuff, should be able to be easily contactable and easily available to get to them, so the internet can throw as much hate as possible, and hopefully they'll commit suicide and purge themselves from this world.
They're probably, like, every time they log into Twitter behind a proxy or something, so all it will take is one slip up and them to go on Twitter on the wrong thing, and you'll be able to trace the IP. But I guess then you'd never really know where the correct IP is.
True.
Wait, so you know how they use like Skype or whatever, or a payphone possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did use Skype, wouldn't they have to add credits from it, or can you get like Skype credits from like a 7-Eleven?
I think you
I
can
think
get
you can
stuff like from
Skype
7-Eleven. I think also you can like do like promotional offers and stuff to get like free Skype credits and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
But no, I think the world does not need idiots like with like the amount of shit that we've got going along on the world. You don't need idiots like that adding more shit to the fucking world. It's stupid.
Yeah, well, there's not really much we can do about it. Do we want to move on to the next topic? I think we've bludgeoned.
Yeah, we've
this.
exhausted this.
Mhm.
I think.
Alright. So this is a bit old, but I still think we have a
Beat
little bit
lost
to
the
talk about
audio
it.
from last week.
Yeah, Beatnik accidentally lost the audio, which is all good.
I'm
but
sorry.
Microsoft confirmed that Rise of the Tomb Raider would be a timed exclusive.
Hmm.
Tom, you liked Tomb Raider, didn't you?
I loved it. Why's everyone trying to confuse me? I'm pretty sure I can remember what it was saying, you idiots. But yeah. So Rise of the Tomb Raider is obviously the next Tomb Raider in the series, and the first one was really good, but it's going to be a timed exclusive on Xbox, which really sucks because Microsoft brought a big old bag of money to the developers of Tomb Raider, and they said, timed exclusive, and they're just like, oh, duh, okay. And then they released comments that said that they were doing it for the better of the game, which is total bullshit. They
The
did.
problem is like Microsoft, what with the fact that they make Windows and stuff, they have enough money to just be, oh look, our like potential money ship is sinking. Let's just throw some more money at game developers and get exclusives like Smite.
Yeah,
Smite
but
should not be on consoles.
just Rise of the Tomb Raider is
That'll be
not going to make me go and buy an Xbone. Like, I don't think it's going to make anybody.
Well, there is the idiots out there that will do it.
Like, it'd take something like Metal Gear Solid, like something that I know is going to be absolutely rad.
Well,
to-
that's the thing,
Well,
people-
you could get the people where they're sitting there going, "Oh, Master Chief Collection, Halo 5. Oh, I might get it. Oh, I'm not sure."
And if they're
And then
diehard
Tomb Raider, then suddenly Tomb Raider's chucked in, and they happen to be a massive fan. That's going to be what's going to tip them over the edge. And it is a big game, so that is a bit of a
Also,
sway.
It might,
It's not-
as Beak said, with Tomb Raider being a big game, people who aren't sort of ultra savvy in the world of gaming and stuff might not know that it is a timed exclusive. They might think, oh shit, that game's going to only come on Xbox One. I better grab an Xbox One to play this, Because
is
not
true.
everyone in the world keeps up with all these sort of things. And, you have to do at least a little bit of digging on the internet to find out that it is a timed exclusive. Anyone new to the thing will just go, oh look, it's a game and it's an exclusive. I'm just get it. So I want it.
It's still really shit though, because it's like, so many people bought Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider 2013, I think, is what they refer to it as. Like, people bought it twice. They told their friends to get it. I personally told a whole bunch of people. I said, go and get this game. It's so good. Lots of people really invested in this game. Like, went over and went, oh, this game is so good. And now they're just kind of like, they're just saying, nah, I don't give a shit. Money's kind of more important. And they were, in fact, they were bitching about getting money, like the amount that they made from Tomb Raider in the first place. It's just really shit because they made like a really good remake. Oh, not remake, but a really good like reboot to the franchise, and then they're kind of just throwing all that effort away just because greed got the best of them and all that. Yeah, don't like
The
it.
hate in their heart will consume them.
I don't like it. I want the Tomb Raider. I don't want an Xbox. Honestly, as a
in his camcorder, his face cam.
What?
You're duping it.
What are
He's
you talking
taking his
about?
glasses off.
nice. Very well done.
Brilliant.
Anyway, do we want to move on to that like kind of final thing that we do at the end of the podcast, or do we have anything else we want to say about that topic or previous topics?
I already exhausted my hatred on like the exclusives for Xbox One. The thing is like they've got at the moment they've got Super Hot was coming to WoW. It's coming to Xbox One. It was on PC first bricks. They've got fucking Smite. Oh, it's coming to Xbox One. It's on PC first bricks. You see the pattern of the master race.
Yeah.
And Smite is a MOBA, and anyone that plays Smite will know that you need really fast reactions and stuff like that to play it quite well, because you know pretty much everything is a skill shot. And yeah, if you analog sticks don't give you that much fucking accuracy. It's like, how are they going to bind the keys? You know, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, not like A, B, C, and X or whatever the fuck an Xbox controller is.
Yeah.
It's so wrong.
Yeah. Nah.
Dickhead.
It's shootable.
I mean,
But anyway.
how awkward is it going to be to like navigate through the roster of Smite? Smite has like 52 characters at the moment, 52 gods if I remember correctly. And how awkward is it going to be to go through all of those fucking gods with a D-pad or a freaking analog stick? You can't just like go, whoops, just click, done.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. But it's kind of shit.
Yeah, it is shit.
Alex
So anyway.
doesn't like controllers. This just
So,
in.
Well, I don't mind controllers. It's just the fact that Smite needs very good accuracy, and you can get a lot better gameplay out of Smite with accuracy of his mouse. Because yeah, certain gods and stuff, you know, you've got to trace movements and stuff. You know, you've got to like lead them into your shots and stuff. Especially with some of the gods, they have charge up for their attack and stuff. You know, you've got to make sure that your shot is going to land just like 2 seconds ahead of where they're going to be going to hit them. It's annoying.
Yay, Smite.
Damn lag.
So anyway,
Smite's
Beatnik,
great.
what have you been playing over the past week?
Finally finished Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. That game was
Hey.
awesome. That ending was so good. Loved that. And that was glorious just then, whoever that was.
That's me hiccuping and burping at the same time.
Nice. Aside from that, tried out the new DLC for Trials Fusion, which has some, I don't know, it's more of the same, but they've also added a low gravity mechanic in there, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm keen to see what track creators start doing with that.
Low gravity in Trials, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's one section where it's all set in space, and then you suddenly launch, and then you just float across this massive ravine, and it's just like, oh wow, that was amazing. So I'm really keen to see what the creators start doing with that, because you could do so much with that. That could be really fun. Aside from that, starting a Let's Play of the First Light DLC for Infamous Second Son on the PS4. And that's seeming pretty cool so far. And continuing on with the indie 2D horror called Claire, which somehow really is a horror game, even though it's two-dimensional. I don't know how something can be scary when it's two-dimensional, but it is.
You get IB.
That's pretty
That's
creepy.
Yeah. Lone Survivor's fucking horrifying. I still haven't finished it. It's so scary. I'm like, okay, I got into it and that, and originally I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. Oh, look, a jump scare here and there, and it wasn't really that bad. And then, like, eventually, it was like so bad, and I was like, oh my god, I can't continue this game. It's just so scary. It's so scary. Such scare.
It is pretty creepy.
I haven't played Lone Survivor.
You
Does
should
that need to be
on
added to my
PSN,
list?
They gave it away for free on PSN.
Then I must have Lone Survivor. I'll have it somewhere.
Like on the instant game collection.
I'll have a look, because yeah, I've got PlayStation Plus, so I must have it then.
I don't know when it was. It was a while ago though, a couple of months.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it for me.
Alright.
I think it's actually. I'll mention it in a bit.
So, Cameron, what have you been playing this week? Or these past, 4 weeks that you've been away?
I've been sick, by the way, guys. That's why I haven't been on.
Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit.
I've been playing Payday 2 for the last week. I played a bit of Prototype today. Yeah, that's about it.
What are your thoughts on Prototype? The first or the second one?
First one.
Oh, yeah.
I've only played like an hour. I think it's pretty fun. It's not like I haven't been playing it for the story. It's been like a pastime. But the game
okay.
is actually fun.
Yeah.
I like murdering stuff.
The powers that they give you can be pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah. Alright. So, is that all you've been playing, Cameron?
Yep.
Alright.
An aim prototype.
Alex, what have you been playing or doing this previous week? My god, Beatnik. You were just...
I don't know who done the last part.
You.
I did the eyebrows and the beard.
Stash.
Anyway, I have been playing. Me and Beatnik did some Monaco the past couple of weeks. I think.
Oh, I forgot that bit. Far out.
Yeah, we did Monaco. Apart from Monaco, I've been doing Terraria as always because I've got that as a daily series at the moment on my channel, which is going well. Fucking like stuck at the end of the game because the end of the game is so stupidly hard. It's stupid. As you probably guess. I started the series with colours on Divinity Original Sin, but I can't record that because it's stupid and gay and doesn't work. And Terra. I've been playing a lot of Terra, which is absolutely wonderful. It's a free MMO, and I think everyone should try it out. North American servers, Ascension Valley. Yeah, it's free. North American servers, Ascension Valley. That's what I'm on.
Maybe later. Maybe.
It's a good game. I only plan North American because the European servers are shit. So I plan North American.
Cool. Neat. So,
What have you
over
been
the past
playing,
week,
Tom?
I've been dabbling in Kerbal Space Program again.
Dabbling.
Yeah, I like Kerbal Space Program a whole lot. It's awesome. Like, just because once you figure out how to do a lot of the stuff that you want to do in it, you get that feeling of progression. It's just so good. Like, I'm trying to make these pretty much giant space stations that will go around the entire galaxy. Not galaxy, the entire solar system. So yeah, I'm working on that. I finished my review of that Vertical Drop Heroes HD game that I was doing, so that was good. And I've been playing Tropico 4. Bought it, and I was like, oh yeah, Tropico looks kind of cool. And I love just being an El Presidente who came to rise over a communist takeover. I just love it. I got the tobacco farms everywhere. I'm just exporting so much fucking tobacco, making so much money. Don't even have builders to build shit. I'm just the best Presidente ever, essentially.
Tropico 3. I couldn't understand it properly. I know I modeled my El Presidente after Che Guevara.
Yeah. I just actually I don't even know who I made mine after, but I'm just such a dick to the capitalist faction and just so nice to the USSR. I'm just you guys want me to do that? You got it. And then there's uprisings of rebels, and you just see one of them in the street. You're like, wait a minute, assassinate that man! And then you just see you go over, and he's just and he's like, oh Jesus, he's dead. It's so good.
Such a dictatorship.
I'm a great dictator.
Glorious leader.
Hashtag.
You forgot to mention and I forgot to mention as well the amazing
Mount
Your Friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We were
haven't played
playing
Mount
Mount Your Friends
yet.
last night, and we were reading
Fuck
gay
you,
Star Wars
bitches.
fan fiction.
Fuck
That
you,
was-
bitches.
That was just next level.
That was quite fucked. That was quite messed up. I do not think that I'm going to be revisiting the Star Wars gay fan fiction again anytime soon.
I think that has ruined Star Wars a little bit for me.
It's ruined a lot of things for me. Anyway, do we want to end the podcast there, or do we have anything else to say?
I think that's probably all we got for this week.
All
Yeah, I think we're good.
we have. Alright, well, I think we're up to 11 or 12 or something. It's a lot of
I think
podcasts.
this is level 13?
Level
Level
13!
Level 13!
Man,
Episode 14. So yeah. Alright. Well, thanks for watching and listening, everyone, as always.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
This has been the JunkCast, and we will catch you next week for some awesome shenanigans and a little bit of news sometimes, ish, maybe.
Alright.
We'll catch you then. You.
Bye.